Alright, it is Friday the 31st of October, Halloween 2025, and I'm just making this video to firstly get into more rhythm and more pattern in my things, and just to uncover this Bitcoin setup, short setup I have, and my thought process behind it, and I'm just integrating new strategies, techniques, and let's say angles of my reading of my trading game, and I'm just looking to improve my overall stance. So let's just quickly get into this. Firstly, contextually, we'll just start on the weekly. Let's go monthly. Monthly, we'll just steam for it. Heavy rejection, heavy wicking, no closes above any significant breakthroughs. Weekly, similarly wicking around here, but looks like we're going to create some sort of supply here. Can't really break through the 116k level, and just chopping around here for now, and we can keep an eye on this level. We've swept this level, so we swept here, kind of rejected off here, and now we're kind of just fighting 110 area, if you will. So yeah, the weekly close will be important, but if we just zoom in a bit more, you can see as well. Just get rid of the levels. You can see as well, it is kind of just, it's rejected off here once, twice, three times now here, and now it just looks increasingly likely we're gonna go for here, 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 supply being created here. So the rough picture is being printed. Not to even mention the fact if we just go in the trend scanner, we've turned bearish on the daily, and weekly you could just see it crossing over slightly, maybe like that initially, maybe, or if it's more drastic, for example, like that, and then just, yeah, see it come down, and by then we'll print a big candle there. All right, cool. So we got the rough context that it's bearish, and we don't mind that. If we just draw like a little range here, range high, let's just draw a little, and we also have a little one here. If you see slight deviations on both sides, and then typically you just see rejection of supply, and then just come back down here. So that's what I'm feeling at the moment. So something essentially generally in this particular region here, and it makes sense. Also, kind of just taking the range high here. Next would be range lows here, and then from there we'll just see what makes sense. Maybe if there's no supply being created, then we can have a very aggressive move into 122. But that's too far in the future. Right now we just want to see the next few days print out. Okay, now if we just go in, just make sure there's no key levels we're forgetting. Monthly open, quarterly open here. Quarterly open there. That's about it really, which I don't think we're gonna challenge, to be honest. Alright, if we just go down to the H12, cool. We have this as well. If you just refine it a bit more, H12, a little liquidity grab here. So we're just dissecting, picking away at the area, just becoming more and more granular, more refinement in the process. And yeah, um, it could as well come into here for this H12, which will correspond with quarterly open, entirely possible. So if we just look even a bit more, let's go down to the H4. H4 looks good for there as well. If we do a volume profile here, it's wanting about 15k. So between, I would say, 112 to 115. So initially my initial idea was, let's just put a position here, and just have a wide stop and then just come down here. That's fine, but I just really want to work on the execution and the refinement. Now, this is where the Exos maps come in. Okay, so here we have H4. I'm just using the trial at the moment, just getting used to it. You've got the delta cluster, volume cluster, whatever. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing apart from I can read everything. I don't know how to get the the proper charts up, but this is good enough for me right now. Okay, so we're just kind of dealing with this leg here, right? The daily is a bit too much, so we've picked away our general area that we like anyway. Oh, one more um, thing I wanted to point out. Obviously, if you go to the daily, just remove all the drawings. Come here. Oh, okay, cool. Well, obviously we've had a short-lived deviation above the bands here. Typically, after the deviation, we're only gonna kind of come into the space of the bands here, so and not really come back above it. But typically as well, when you get deviation over the band, you just get a sharp puke here. Another deviation, sharp puke, massive deviation followed by a sharp puke. Or if you have a little deviation up here, there, pump, little deviation up here, small pump, quite a sharp deviation, massive pump. So yeah, I mean this is relatively short-lived, but I think the point I'm getting is there's no structure breaks for the upside. We continue to break structure on the downside, and yeah, so this general area is what I like. If we just go pop it under the hood, see what's happening. We have point of control here, untested, point of control here, untested. And if we just take a screenshot, so I could just draw on it. Um, yeah, cool. So generally we're dealing with two areas within this leg, right? This is not really of our concern, and we've kind of traded this little area here anyway. I would say the highest volume area would be here and here, between this area, as well as here and here. So essentially, if we just go back and just check it there, that is 112.2, and the upper band of this would be 113.2, and the lower band of this would be 114.6, and the upper band of this would be 15.4. Cool, so we have our levels here, and essentially is I can't really deduce what looks more appealing or essential to give more of a bigger reaction. The only thing I can say that this is more compact and we're seeing higher volume here and than this area, but otherwise there's not an obvious thing. Obviously you have this SR here. There's nothing obvious. If you were to ask me where the origin of the impulse was, is here. Between this one. If you were to ask me the highest volume is here. So in this scenario, I guess you would have to sit and watch the footprints, the tape, whatever, and then deduce. But I don't actually have the time today as I'm going to work. So what I'm going to suggest I do is, if I get this up, I'm going to suggest I position in for 112 with my stop above 15.5, so around there. And then obviously just target the lows here. I'll target here. And then that's a 2.5R. Obviously, once I'm here and I'm watching my phone and I'm seeing the tape or I'm seeing aggression into there, then obviously by all means I can go low time frame and add in. But at the moment, I'm just getting used to the little nuances, adjustments, and stuff. Right now, it's looking a bit even weak than this. So if it just breaks down from here, then it likely just goes further, or it could just come here like that and then come up. So we'll just have to wait and see. If I was just gonna look at the tape again, maybe we see some hold at 10.8. 10.8 would be, wait, 10.8. Oh, 100, 8.2, my bad. 8.2, which would be this area here. Yeah, maybe it just comes into here, bang, and then test further. So here, 10 million, that's a lot. These are heavy numbers as well. Selling that's not being taken, so there's a lot of selling going on here. A lot. So yeah, let's see. Well, a lot of buys actually, sorry, rather. I don't know, I need to get used to reading all this, so yeah, so could just bang, 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 and yeah, so realistically, we're looking for a short in this general area, and then I'll make a follow-up video to see what actually has happened and how can I move forward to pick up these little subtle nuances and telltale signs to make my entries risk towards better. So yeah, that's it really. We'll come back maybe tomorrow or Sunday evening, and then just have a review process and see what's going on here really. So yeah, this just looking at it, it just feels like it's gonna be here. 13.5, let's say. It's cool. Anyway, that's it. Cheers.